Hello everyone, and welcome to this fourth video that will be part of a series about the Go programming language. And today we're going to look at some other important formatting verbs for the printf function of the font package. In particular, we're going to start with the integer formatting verbs. And integer formatting verbs are basically formatting verbs that you use to include the values of integer variables inside a formatted string. So let's try to declare an integer variable that can be, we can call I, and of int type. I'm going to set it equal to 5. I'm going to declare another one called j equal to -7. Okay, now let's use the printf function, so font printf, and then now we're going to look at the first formatting verb that we will look in this video, and that is %d. So formatting verbs, the %d formatting verb. So the %d formatting verb includes the value of an integer variable inside a formatted string in a decimal notation. So I'm going to say includes value of a variable in decimal notation. So maybe you are familiar with decimal and binary and hexadecimal and octal notation. If not, I have a video on the channel that covers the octal and binary notation. But if not, don't worry too much about these formatting verbs then for now, but just know that they are a thing. So the first one, of course, prints out the number in the usual decimal notation that we're all accustomed to. So for example, actually let's just work with one number, and let's set this number equal to 541, for example. Then basically passing in the I variable inside the printf function yields go run go 541, which is again the decimal, the usual decimal representation of our number. But as I said above, also there are other of course bases to represent numbers. One of them, for example, is binary, which is very important in computer science. And to represent a number in binary in a formatted string, we use the %b formatting verb, and this includes the value of an int variable in binary. So let's try it with the 541 example before. Now let's see what it yields. And the result is 100000011101. And in fact, if you're familiar with binary notation, you can try and calculate that the two numbers are actually match. You just have to basically raise 2 to the power of the place it is in that string, and then sum all of them, and multiply it by the digit that is placed in that in the string. So for example, if you have 101 in binary, this in decimal is just 1 times 2 to the 0 plus 0 times 2 to the 1 plus 1 times 2 squared. So this is just 5. And maybe even if you have never used binary before, with this we could say empirical introduction to the binary system, you could have understood how binary works. But I think it maybe requires a little bit more time. So another important formatting verb for integers is the %o formatting verb, which includes the value of an int in octal, which is another base. It just means base 8. So for example, let's try and do the same thing with the previous example, and we can see that the result is an octal, which is 1035. And in fact, 541, if you calculate it, is nothing but actually 5 plus 8 times 3 plus 8 to the 8 cubed. You can do it with a calculator, and you can see that that is the case. And also another very important one is the one for the hexadecimal. Hexadecimal is also very important in classical digital computer programming, because while with digital binary computers you work a lot with numbers in base 2, in base 8, and base 16. And the following formatting verbs are used to represent a number in hexadecimal. So the %x is used to represent a number in base 16 with lowercase letters, whereas big X is used to represent a number in base 16 with uppercase letters. So now let's declare another variable So for example, j int is equal to 500, actually 987, and let's print both of them in hexadecimal. So both in uppercase and in lowercase. Let's see the difference. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to include the number twice. Of course, the printf function doesn't know what to include if you don't pass enough variables. So on accident, you also got exposed to the. Okay, so as you can see, with the first formatting verb, we got the hexadecimal number in lowercase, whereas the second representation is in uppercase. So with this said about integer formatting verbs, I think we're now ready to move on and also look at string formatting verbs, and also as well as formatting verbs for other types. So let's start with string formatting verbs. And actually, there's only two important string formatting verbs that you have to keep in mind, and that is the first one is the %s formatting verb, and this just includes the value of the string without quotes. Whereas the %q formatting verb includes the value of the string with quotes. So let's see an example. Let's declare a variable that we call str of type string equal to, for example, city, and then another one equal to I don't know, Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so if we now print with a printf function %q and then I'm gonna include a semicolon in between, maybe just to emphasize the difference, and then %s, then a new line, a %q semicolon, a %s, including str, then str2. Now let's see what the output will be. Go around output.go, and the result is city with quotes, then city, and then Rio de Janeiro with quotes, and then without. So as you can see, this is just the difference between the %s and %q formatting verb. And the last formatting verb that we're going to see is that for Boolean values. So you can also use formatting verbs for Boolean values, and actually there's just one that you need to know, and that is the %t. That just includes the Boolean value that is true or false of a variable. So let's, for example, declare a variable that could be is English, and that is a Boolean type, and set it equal to true. Then if we use the printf function and insert %t and then is English, let's see what the result is. So go around output.go, we get true because it is set equal to true. But what about setting it equal to false, for example? Then we will get false. So as you can see, it just prints out the value of a Boolean type of variable. So with this said, in this video we have said enough about all the main important formatting verbs for now. Of course, there are still data types which we haven't covered well enough yet, such as slices, arrays, and we will see what these are, and structs later, as well as maps. And also, I didn't include a discussion on the formatting verbs for floats, because we have not yet covered floats well enough, in my opinion, to start working with them a little bit more. And in the next video, we're gonna look at different types and new ways to declare variables in Golang that is different from this var type format of declaring them that we have introduced already.